My name is Reverend Roger Smith. I graduated from Mays High in 1964. Well, the dedication of the teachers and how they instill within the students to excel. The name Dr. Mays itself had the inspiration of higher education. So the teachers fulfilled that goal and that mode that they operated in with each of us. They found the best in us and brought it out of us. Certainly to acknowledge the impact that Dr. Benjamin Elijah Mays had on my life as a student, as I departed high school and went into college. I went there on a Dr. Mays scholarship. He made annual visits to our high school just to promote higher education and gave out an annual scholarship. The year I received that scholarship and went to Morehouse, it was the first time that I actually met Dr. Mays. He embraced me and of course called me Mr. Smith. And the first time I heard that name called, I was looking for my dad. My dad was around, but certainly embraced me and encouraged me and enhanced me to do even better work than I had anticipated that I could do. I hadn't planned to go to college. I said, I can't go to college. I'm going to the Navy, I'm going to the service like my brother and all my other friends had done. And I was surprised. I talked to my senior advisor, and he was telling me about Morehouse College. I said, well, I don't know. What is the Morehouse? He said, look it up and find out. And it's one of the best decisions that I've ever made, and certainly one of the greatest awards that I've ever received. Totally different path. I couldn't even imagine the twists and turns my life would have taken, because there's so many highs and achievements associated with my stay at Morehouse. As a matter of fact, I saw Dr. Mays often because he lived actually on campus. He had a house there. Him and his wife, Sadie Mays, had a house on campus. So I saw him often. And on one occasion, I remember I was concerned about my scholarship because my grades were failing. I went there as a 17-year-old out of high school into college, and I was going to major in math. I thought I was a great math student. And the first day in my class, the math teacher was a 15-year-old. And I was really shocked. And it was amazing because he would write the information, the formulas and the things on one hand and erase them with the other hand. And so we had a 1 hour class, and for 59 minutes and 30 seconds, he'd put the chalk down, close his briefcase and walk out of the room. And we would all be sitting looking at each other and comparing notes to see who got all of the information. But Dr. Mays instilled in us the desire to excel. He felt that education wasn't simply about an individual's aspiration. Education was to help society, to help your community, to benefit society as a whole. As a matter of fact, to graduate from Morehouse, not only did you have your grades in order, you had to have your fees paid, but you also had an exit interview. You had to talk about what you were going to do with your degree and how are you going to impact the rest of the world and the community in which you were going out to serve. Very interesting. In Dr. Mays' book, Born to Rebel, is considered an autobiography. He spoke about this on page 149 when he said, if the graduates of these schools don't go out and do anything, they've actually let the school down. He said school shouldn't exist because the graduates are the one who build up the name for each of these educational institutions. They're building you up to make a difference. And if you're not doing that, you've actually failed your institution. Very much so. Most of the graduates at Morehouse also go on to receive higher degrees. 70% of Morehouse graduates going on for other degrees, doctorates, masters, and other degrees. So it gives you an indication of the impact he had on education for those of us who were able to attend there and fortunate enough to do so.